Joe on the track, man.
Some game challenge, man. That's it. It's all them offers. I'm sitting in the house, I'm loading up the pump. I'm loading up the Uzi. I got a couple M16s, a couple 9s. I got a couple joints with some silencers on. I'm just loading up clips, a couple grenades. Got a missile launcher with a couple, missiles. I'm ready for war.
Packing a fool on swagging a fool. Yeah. That's how we do on swagging a fool. Yeah.
Serving the news, giving all the tea.
Yeah. It's real live in this WAC. Yeah. Packing a fool on swagging a fool. Yeah. That's how we do on swagging a fool. Yeah.
Serving the news, giving all the tea.
Yeah. It's real live in this WAC. Yeah. A straight fool, yeah, you know how we act. Yeah. Real news coming straight from the swag. Every week giving y'all the tea. Yeah, John and G. Tell your peeps tune into the real. Then the news ain't real. Sit back, chillin', let's get cool. It's time to watch that swaggin' a fool. And we officially here. Another episode, another week. We got J-Max, we got GSPN, we got Al. So grab your shakers, grab your jerseys, grab your towels. Shout out to Dale and the Crazy Man on the track. We got Joe on the track. Hey, Jackson State, Grambling State, Alcorn State, Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Prairie View A&M, Mississippi Valley, Texas, Southern Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Florida A&M, Bethune-Cookman. And don't think I ain't forget. We won't. I say, go. Jaguars, man. We back. Swacking the fool. We still swacking and acting. We swacking and we acting, yeah.
What's up? It's your boy GSP, and I'm back again with another 2023 recruiting class review. And this time I had to stop down there in Grambling, Louisiana. I had to go down there and look at this Grambling, Louisiana class. And the first thing that stood out to me on paper is this receiving corps. Man, I was looking at it, I was saying, can Grambling be the next HBCU wide receiver U? Now, everybody that knows about Grambling know that they've had some monster classes in the classes and receiving corps in the past. And my question is, can they be wide receiver U again? They brought in a lot of young talent. You got to give a major shout out to Chris Peters, that's the receiver coach at Grambling. I screamed loud for years about Chris Peters. He was coaching down in Baton Rouge at Skylandville High School, and I was screaming to the top of my lungs about Chris Peters, how he's a college coach, he could be a great recruiter, and boom, he's at Grambling killing it. My man's at Grambling killing it, man. He's coming to Baton Rouge. He's putting the fence around the whole city. In Baton Rouge, he's doing his thing. He's in the state of Louisiana. He's just doing his thing. He's representing. He's doing his thing. He's an Arkanite. He's a Louisiana guy, but he's at Grambling. And he's dominating in recruiting. I think he's bringing in some great receivers. Even last year he was the running back coach, and he brought in some great running backs. This year he's the receiver coach. I just think Chris Peters is a name you have to look out for on the coaching circuit. He's going to be a name that you're going to hear for years to come. Chris Peters, I've been behind Chris since day one. Is my guy. I think he's a great coach, great guy, great recruiter. So this year, and looking at this class, first thing that stood out on paper, like I said, was the receivers. They got a kid, and we'll just go ahead and get started. Had a kid, Aaron Jackson. Let me pull him up from Ruston High School, 6'2" kid. Let's check this kid out. 6'2" kid out of Ruston High School in Ruston, Louisiana, right there in Grambling backyard. I love to see our school go and get the kids in surrounding areas. Chris Peters doing his thing. Long kid, vertical threat. And this is from a state championship Ruston High School team. Really good team. Actually, Grambling's former coach, Broderick Fobbs, was on the staff as a special assistant. This kid can go. I really like this kid. I'm just going to show you guys a couple of the players that I like out of this class, and all three happen to be receivers. I just think they had a bomb receiving class. So my next one up, Tylen Williams. Listen, this kid is a burner. This kid from Zachary High School in the Baton Rouge area, this kid can go. I think this was an absolute steal by Grambling. Kid can run. Kid's fast. He has good hands, go across the middle, can line up inside, outside, can return punts, can return kicks. Great kid. Let me show y'all, give y'all a little clip of this kid out of Zachary High School. That's another state championship, really good program in the Baton Rouge area. Check this kid out. Chris Peters did his thing. Hugh Jackson, shout out to the Graham fam. Y'all got a good one coming down there. Blazing speed. You're not catching him. You not catching him. Blazing speed, bro. State championship in the dome with the lights on. What you gonna do? There you go. I love these receivers that Grambling brought in. Speed, 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 speed. Just want to show y'all a couple clips. Speed. That's Tylen Williams, Zachary High School in Baton Rouge. Well, in the Baton Rouge area. I wouldn't say Baton Rouge, but that's another one that Chris Peters did a good job. Hugh Jackson did a good job. The whole staff did a good job of bringing these kids in as close to home. I think, and that's with a lot of talent coming back at this young receiver too. You got to remember Tyson Berto, Jason Waters, CJ Guidry. They also brought in this year. That's a transfer from Houston. He actually ran track at Houston, at the University of Houston. They brought him in as well. They bring back Claude Coleman. They just bring back a lot. Jamal Franklin out of Texas. And they also brought in Javon Robinson, a receiver out of Florida. They still have Faison Wilson, Lyndon Rash. I can go on and on. Cash Fowley, Trenton Grove. That receiving core at Grambling has the potential to be special. Now they have to develop. They have to do their supposed to, but they have the potential to be special with Chris Peters' leadership under Hugh Jackson. They find him a right trigger man. Their receiving core at Grambling is very, very young. But if they can develop and stay together, stick together, they can be something special. They also brought in Tremont Douglas II. My Graham fam people, you know Tremont Douglas, you know the name. Yes, it's the great receiver from Grambling, Tremont Douglas, his son from Woodlawn High School in Baton Rouge. KPC, as I like to call it, Chris Peters connection. KPC, Chris Peters connection. That's a Chris Peters connection. He went to Woodlawn High. He brought him in from Baton Rouge. It's another sneaky good recruit that they bringing in at the receiving position. And my last one I want to talk to you guys about is a transfer they brought in from South Alabama. This kid is Nation Dickinson. Check him out. 6'3" kid, vertical threat, physical kid. One hand grab, special. Yeah, he's nice. Stephen up Austin, Grambling was able to pull this kid in front of all them schools. So that's just another great haul by my boy Chris Peters. So shout out to him. I think it's gonna be that. I think that the receiving class got a chance to grow and be great. Another thing I wanted to point out, I found on social media from a Graham fan. Shout out to Hugh Jackson just for being innovative. Is this right here? This is, it says, attention alumni, if you have a player you would like to send information onto the staff, they give you a place to send the information. I think this is great. It's something that we should all be trying to do. It helps bridge that gap between the alumni and the coaching staff. Sometimes we have players upstate in Minnesota, their parents are Graham fam, and we miss out on those kids by just not knowing. I think it's a good way to bridge the gap and not miss out on any legacy Graham fam kids that the alumni have close ties with, sending in. So in any Graham fam, you got some players you want or that can help Grambling, send it in, do this. So I thought this was great from Hugh Jackson. Shout out to Hugh Jackson. But again, can Grambling be the next wide receiver U? If you look at the thumbnail, you see I got the thumbnail with all the Alabama receivers from the year when they had Jared Judy and a lot of the good receivers comparing it to our level, if these receivers pan out like I think they can have a deep wide receiver core just like that. Maybe not as high powered as that one, but a good on the FCS level, a really, really good FCS receiving core because they got some young talent. Again, Tyson Berto is a 6'5" kid that I think will grow out and fill out and be a good receiver. He's a receiver that came in last year, got some reps, and ended up redshirting. I saw a clip over the summer of him, plucking the ball out the air in a little 7-on-7 thing. It looked like he working. J.R. Waters again. Just got a lot of talent. Claude Coleman coming back, Cash Fowler, Trenton Gross. They got a lot of talent down there. So Faison Wilson again. So they got a lot of talent. They bought in a lot. So let's see what Grambling State does. Good job on bringing in all of this talent at the receiver position. Tony Hull, that new OC, gonna have a lot of toys to work with. Already loaded backfield. Like they have a really good young pieces at receiver. Let's see what Grambling can be. It's gonna be a fun year for Grambling State. Shout out to the Gram fam. It's your boy GSPN. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. We're gonna be doing some more live videos soon. I'm out.